What's up, Fat Kid Nation, and thank you for joining on this creation where we're back and ready to attack the Wynn Buffet. Now, for those of you that are new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. I'm Heavy D, top-ranked professional competitive eater and a Vegas local who, if you're in the mood for food, I'm your dude. Now, today, like I said, we're at the world-famous Wynn Buffet. This buffet is one of the best and biggest buffets in all of Las Vegas, and we are here because I am ready to munch on some delicious brunch. So what this is going to be is a step-by-step guide to what this buffet is like and what you can expect. Let's get to it. Let's jump into today's adventure. So the Wynn and Encore are located on the north end of the Las Vegas Strip, where it's hip, and are two of the highest end properties in all of Las Vegas. Now, without further ado, let's go. This place has guaranteed to make you quake. They have red velvet, you bet. A selection of food from far and wide, and trust me, you're not gonna wanna hide when it comes to the delicious and nutritious eats, sweets, meats, and treats the Wynn has to offer. Sit back and relax because it's about to get rowdy. So first off, the first thing you gotta do is you gotta get stretchy pants. Now the Wynn being one of the more higher end properties in Las Vegas, they will sometimes enforce dress codes here and there. So if you wanna be prepared, make sure you have stretchy clothing. You don't wanna be too tight because that ain't gonna feel right once you've gotten your grub on. So with that being said, you also want to make reservations. We went on a Saturday and the line to get in was 3 hours. But we made a reservation and it was already paid for, so you skip that line and go straight to priority seating, which means you bypass everyone, they take you there and get you in your chair that much faster. So that would be the #1 tip. Now, once you sit down, you're gonna be greeted and seated, and you can add for $22 to $23, you'll see it right here, the whole bottomless package of drinks, and with that, you get 2 hours, all you can drink cocktails. Now, that is why the lines tend to get so long, because if we've paid for 2 hours of drinks, we are getting 2 hours of drinks. So let's get into the buffet. The buffet is in the back, so you're gonna go through one of 4 doors, and in the back, the buffet is this whole line right near the kitchen, obviously. They're gonna have live cooking demonstrations going on at this time where they do fresh made omelets to order, pancakes to order, crepes. There's all sorts of delicious and nutritious foods available fresh made to order. So let's get into a section by section breakdown and let's see the goods. The main Lobster Benedict was the real winner of this section. The normal Benedict was good, but when you go to a buffet, skip the salad, okay? So this was one of my favorite sections of the whole entire buffet, the Mexican and pizza station. Now, as you see, the Mexican station, it doesn't have anything like too traditional. I was hoping for like taquitos, flautas, traditional in the Tex-Mex fat kid sort of way, but what can I say? Brandy absolutely loved the chorizo and eggs, the tostada was nice, but this tamale, I definitely use this as a test because I'm not gonna lie, tamales can sometimes be dry, and I wanted to see what would this be like, and I gotta tell you, it was delicious and nutritious. That shredded beef was seasoned phenomenally, and don't get me started. That truffle pizza was the hit of the day. It was what I kept talking about for the rest of the day. The meat lovers was fantastic, and Brandy loved the caprese pizza. Yes, caprese pizza, balsamic drizzle, cherry tomatoes, mozzarella. It doesn't get any better. So yes, this is the first wheel of fat at the Wynn, and this wheel has pancakes. The chef literally puts the batter on there and asks you your flavor that you want to savor. Today's offerings were s'mores, which is what I got, traditional, fresh fruit, carrot cake, and funfetti. So let me know down below what flavor you would get. This next station was very interesting because it was kind of where they threw everything together. It had bacon, sausage, as well as the red velvet Nutella waffles, the banana bread French toast, and breakfast tots. It also featured country gravy and some other forms of potatoes, which the biscuits, my brother said, were nice and flaky. But honestly, I enjoyed this. The waffle was nothing fancy, but it's just, something better than just a normal waffle. But the banana bread French toast definitely stole the show for me. It was thick, it was tender, it was flaky, it was all the things I look for in a delicious banana bread, and then with that batter, absolutely phenomenal. And then these breakfast tots, basically they take hash browns, roll them with cheese, put a little ham in there, and then deep fry them and have a little bit of a cheese gravy. Absolutely stunning. This thing clogged my arteries, and I'm not mad about it. The carving station can be a little bit weak, which is what we found. There was a lot of sausages. The only real beef options were beef brisket and a steamship round, which is basically a top round from a cow that they roast. It's roast beef that they slice off the bone for a nice presentation, but there was no prime rib, which actually kind of bummed me out. Now with that, the brisket was so tender, you could cut it with a fork, which was honestly super surprising for me. But then the hit of the station, believe it or not, besides the brisket, was these beef sliders. They were kind of like a roast shaved beef with a horseradish sauce and a gravy. Absolutely amazing. Reminded me of a higher end White Castle slider. So for those of you that don't know, I love Chinese food. Cheap Chinese food is one of my favorite and most important food groups. So having these giant egg rolls, which were like 3 pounds, were honestly fantastic. As well as, the weird thing was the vegetable pot stickers were green, kind of tripped me up, but honestly, delicious. All of it was really well done. The noodles, you could tell, were freshly made. They're not in a water bath, so they don't get dried out or anything like that. But this other section was just kind of lost. It's like they threw it in there, and it just had a really random assortment of stuff. If you're a fan of seafood, you're gonna love this place. Let me tell you, they had a lot of different options with clams, mussels, big cocktail shrimp. I was expecting the small guys, much like myself, but no, these were nice big shrimp, as well as the Jonah crab claws. They had a wide sushi variety, including spicy tuna, and I was thoroughly impressed that they even had a volcano roll on this buffet. So for those of you that are new to the channel, I have a slogan called I eat dessert till it hurts. And in this section, you're clearly gonna see why, because I eat so much dessert, I thought I was gonna cry. Now, honestly, this is one of my favorite things I've ever seen in my life. This is probably my second or third time coming to the Wynn Buffet. And what can you say when they have a wheel of ice cream? Yes, it is a wheel of ice cream that they can move and it rotates, and they have such interesting flavors. It honestly is mind-boggling to me. As you saw, I tried the lychee, and I'm also going to try the dragon fruit sorbet. Now, besides that, they have your hits and classics and all your staples. They have the cookie dough, they have coffee, vanilla, but this mango vanilla custard was phenomenal. It was like truly eating a mango, very tart, very refreshing. The raspberry sorbet was delicious, and being the healthiest competitive eater in the world, I gotta get my fruits in. Now, if you're into that lowbrow, old school soft serve ice cream, just like me, I'm not hating on it. I love it. It's right there next to it with all the tubs you can get, and then a candy wall to get all the toppings, which included Fruity Pebbles. So probably one of the happiest days of my life, having mango custard, mango vanilla custard with Fruity Pebbles on top. Pretty healthy day overall for me. And then as you see, they have a fresh made to order crepe station. So they have 2 crepe pans. Crepes are like small little French pancakes, very thin. The only thing thin on me besides my hair, and I didn't care. It was absolutely delicious, and these were jam-packed. Like, I thought they'd be thin to win. No, they were thick and fluffy, and I was loving it. I got the cannoli variety. My brother got the pralines in there. I also got strawberries, again, keeping on the theme of the fruit. But then, you know, we tried the raspberry beignets, which are fancy jelly donuts, basically a little bit smaller, and these churros were absolutely phenomenal. They had a caramel filling in there. It was amazing. I had 3 or 4 of them. I could not get enough of them, as well as tiramisu cups, assorted mousses and jellies, chocolate cupcakes. I mean, you name it, and they had pretty much everything, and it was all done really well. My brother really enjoyed the cobblers, and the only real miss of the whole entire day was the stale chocolate and strawberry donut, and those teas and espressos. Just didn't really care for it, but if that's more of your thing, go for it. But the donuts just kind of sit out, so they do get a little bit stale. Otherwise, everything was absolutely fantastic. So to answer the question, is $50 worth it? Not even for me, a competitive eater, but for you, an amateur slouch off the couch. And the answer is yes, it is worth it. Why? Because everyone can be happy here. And I don't know about you, but when I go out to eat with my friends, it is a bigger and further debate than any of the political parties have put together in the last decade of where we are going to eat. So yes, $50, well worth it. And if you get the 2 hours of the bottomless drinks, well, you won't know what to think because you've been drinking for 2 hours. But it'll be a great day, at least from what people will tell you. But my top 3 hits from this buffet, you're gonna be surprised, because I gotta tell you, the pizzas were phenomenal. That truffle pizza, you know, the fact they're making it fresh, it's right in the oven, bing, bang, boom, it's out. And that flavor on the truffle, the nice munch on the crunch, and the little bit of a crisp on that crust, phenomenal. Now my next one, banana bread French toast. One of those things that gets better at every single word out of my mouth. And these were big, thick slices, thicker than me at 315, but it was still like tender. It wasn't dry. No one likes a dry guy. And you know, that was phenomenal. And then I think the third thing would probably be, I don't know, what do you think the third best thing was? What was your favorite item?
The lobster Maine.
The Maine Lobster
Egg
Benedict. So I'm not a big seafood guy. Looked really good. It was not anything fresh made. It was just in a pan. If you had the plan, boom, you could go. But I was surprised at how much sushi there was. The sliders were good. There was nothing that I went, it was not that great. So overall, everything phenomenal. Exactly what you'd expect from a buffet. And, well, here we say, until the next time, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We got a big taco challenge coming at you next week on Taco Tuesday. Let me know down below if you've ever had birria. Hashtag spoiler alert. Have a great week. Stay tuned for some slurps and burps on the shorts. Peace.